Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers Masterpiece Movie Series MPM-12N Nemesis Prime. You can see him there in his truck mode. We'll go ahead and put that off to the side real quick because we're going to look at this box. But yes, it is a Takara Tomy exclusive release. Hasbro did not do this one, so no, you can't find this one at Target. You have to order it online. Yeah, you can see the Takara Tomy. I believe that's the 15-year movie anniversary thing. Masterpiece Movie Series, Transformers, and MPM-12N, and Nemesis Prime in Katakana, Decepticon, and Bumblebee movie version. Yeah, you can see a nice picture there of him. You get the Masterpiece Movie Series on top. It's on the side here, you have all him in his truck mode. And on this side, you have him in his robot mode and truck mode. On the bottom, you have a bunch of copyrights and warnings. And on the back, you have a bunch of product shots and, yeah, very simplistic kind of, hey, look, he has cool things, I guess. Although they're really basic. There's the box. And, of course, comes with instructions, which are, you know, the typical, you know, poster style, all that stuff. They'll use is, I think, either photos or CAD model. Yeah, I think photos. And actually did update, nope, they updated that photo so you can see that's the Decepticon symbol, that's an Autobot symbol, so yeah, it's this old Optimus stuff. But yeah, Bumblebee movie, Nemesis Prime. Didn't appear in the movie, but whatever. Is a black repaint to be had? We're going to get it. So yes, it's the same basic mold as before with the Bumblebee movie Optimus. So yeah, you got that whole thing going on. But you know, we're done in black with some teal highlights, and actually quite a few teal highlights. You can see rather than the white and gray striping there, you got really nice metallic teal striping. You got the red windows with the, you know, picked out windshield wipers there. You got this gray, like what do you call that? Sun visor, I guess. You got some mirrors picked out silver. You got a nice little Decepticon symbol. You got some, you know, paint detailing and texture detailing, and all that stuff. These are once again die casts on the fuel tanks. You got the weird back end, you know, for better or for worse. This can still hitch up to MP-44's trailer. I'm not going to show that again, but, you know, it can hitch up. I showed it in the Optimus video. Too bad there's not a Decepticon version of that trailer. Hint, hint. Yeah, you got that, you know, silver and teal and all that stuff. You got, you know, all that silver smokestacks, although you can see also possibly one is more bent than the other because they're rubbery plastic, and that's, yeah, there's a bit of problem there. And also, yeah, wheels are picked out nice silver, and there's the bottom. Fairly clean for the most part. Again, I like the front grille, silver bumpers and all that stuff. And yep, looks pretty. And of course, yeah, the cat ears, which that's still a problem. They didn't change any of the molding. Does still roll pretty well, although these tires don't always hook up, but sometimes apparently on trucks they're not supposed to. So that's the thing. I like how it looks for the most part. Again, yeah, the cat ears are a bit of a problem, but honestly, they kind of weirdly blend in a little bit better, although kind of actually looks somehow more cat-like, so I don't know. Anyway, you also got his gun, which can fold up like this, you know, just like that. And then it's got two tabs right here. Lets you store it back here. You have to do it handle up. But yeah, you can store right there. No problem. That's the thing you do, although, again, I wish they kind of made it so it could store between right here so it can, you know, hold in better. But, you know, that's just how it is. Yeah. So yeah, it's actually a pretty good looking truck, I would say. Overall, I do actually like the new paint apps and stuff. It's a really nice shade of teal there. They like the red and everything, but it's pretty much the same truck for better or for worse. You're still going to get the cat ears. You're still going to get the bed, which a lot of people really hate, and I don't mind all that stuff. But yeah, there's no real mold-wise, no changes, but it's basically, you know, you can see the paint. If you like that, well, there you go. Yeah, a real quick comparison. Here he is with MPM-12, although I'll also admit this is a Hasbro version. I believe the car version had a gray tinted windows, and also has the DNA kit, upgrade kit on it. So the back end's a little longer and all that stuff. So that's a bit different there. Also makes it sit funny somewhat. But yeah, you kind of see, yeah, cab-wise, you know, whoop, I just knocked that off, no big deal. But yeah, cab-wise, you can see the differences there. Right there, you particularly like the grill, different shades there, different, you know, they did the striping differently. This kind of, I guess that's different because, well, it's DNA's thing, but yeah. Generally, yeah, you can kind of see that, you know, a lot of the, get that out of the way, a lot of the similarities there. Again, the difference because of the DNA kit, but you can see some of the similarities, some of the differences, and so on and so forth. And there you go. Wish I could do a straight across comparison, but I'm not going to remove the DNA kit because it was a pain in the butt to get on there in the first place. So yeah, it's just not going to happen. Yeah. So pretty straightforward, and because it's the exact same transformation, I'll go ahead and refer you to the Optimus transformation video. I'm just going to get this guy transformed real quick and talk about the robot mode. And yeah, robot mode here. Once again, transformation is actually pretty simple, even by Masterpiece standards. Masterpiece movie stuff tends to be. And yeah, you get, again, a pretty darn good looking robot mode for the most part. Again, very different paint apps. You got a lot more teal there, for example. The head is, again, pretty nicely done, and I really do like the teal stripes down the sides. Unfortunately, on mine, the antenna it's more of a softer, rubberier plastic, and it was bent out of the box. I'm going to go ahead and fix those, but yeah, you can see slightly askew. I'm going to, heat those up and fix those, but he's supposed to have light piping, but it's, well, dead. You can see that there. It doesn't really work again, but, the nice Decepticon symbols, again, the red windows, the nice teal there, showing up, nice little teal bits, teal right there, teal, big old teal stripe there. I really like how that looks, right there, that big old teal stripe. All that stuff, the darker gray for the thighs, the teal right there on the knees, silver, gray and black, and on the back, again, you got again, some, silver and teal, actually more got gunmetal, yeah. You got the windows and stuff on the back of the forearms for better, for worse. And there you go. And of course, yeah, the detailing on the mask as well. So there you go. Overall, looks really nice, actually. Very different. I noticed Takara, when they're left their own devices, I've had a tendency to put a lot more teal on their Nemesis Prime figures, which I don't mind, actually. I think it actually looks really pretty good. It just generally looks really nice overall. I do really think this is a good-looking repaint of the Optimus. And, of course, you got his gun, which can fold out and go in his hand, which, yeah, his hands are gray. Go in his hand, just tab and slot like usual. Oh. Yeah, and it's pretty secure. Just got to get the fingers clear of the ammo magazine. There you go. You can hold that pretty securely. There's that. So all that stuff. It's pretty much, I think the gun is pretty much nigh identical. Yeah. The gun is pretty much nigh identical to the one that Optimus, I think, believes the only difference is this gray right here for the hinge piece is a different shade of gray. And of course, yeah, you can open up the matrix chamber. The fingers are made in such a way that you can specifically do the whole pose, but I'm not going to. But you can open up the matrix chamber and matrix can come out. It doesn't plug in very well. It's supposed to plug in there. It's not super secure on this one, but it's not a huge deal because most of the time it's going to be shut in there. But yeah, you can see the matrix is green instead of blue. But you got silver and copper on the outside. You got the peg hole in the back. It's decent. Doesn't come apart or anything. It's die cast, so is that. But yeah, you just plug that in and leave that as is. Yeah. It says the accessories. Yeah, it doesn't really come with a whole lot. I'm not mind, but overall looks pretty good. Again, another weird little deco thing is this is all black and there's no striping or anything on the shoulder pieces, which is interesting. But yeah, so just different. I don't think it's more paint deco stuff compared to the Optimus. It's just different placement. But anyway, articulation, head. got left and right and up and down. It's a ball joint thing. Not so much wiggle waggle because of the shape of everything. Can look down a little bit. Can't really look up a whole lot, but yeah, you got left and right and all that stuff. I guess you got a little bit of waggle, but not a whole lot. But shoulders, this very soft ratchet all the way around. Very soft ratchet. Somewhat clickier ratchet outward. You got a bicep swivel. It's very, very tight, but it's there. Elbows. I just knocked, the gun's loose. The elbows. You actually got a pretty good bend there. Of course, once again, this is much tighter than the transformation joint, so you kind of have to hold it a very specific way to get it to bend right. But yeah, you got that. You got wrist up ball joints. So you have a swivel, but they also have a little bit of wiggle, but not a whole lot because of things. You got that up and down motion from the transformation as well. The fingers, you got the thumb on a ball joint, so you got all that wiggle waggle there. Hinges on the fingers themselves. Unfortunately, it's just a single hinge and they're permanently bent, so they just look weird in anything but a closed fist thing. And of course, this finger is individual, but yeah, other than a closed fist, it just kind of wind up looking weird. So that's a little unfortunate. That's the same problem as before. You do have a waist swivel, nice and unhindered. You got full, and of course, when you spin it too far, you start doing weird stuff like that. That came undone. Thighs, or hips I should say, forward that far. You got the hip skirt gets out of the way pretty easily. Backwards about that far. Outward, again, stuff gets out of the way, and you got full splits. You got a swivel above the knee, clicky knee joint about 90 degrees, and down here, you have ankle tilts about that far, and you have a little bit of backwards, not really a lot of forwards. On mine, these shin panels particularly don't tab in as securely as they do on my Optimus. I'm not sure. It's just probably just weird tolerance issues between die cast and plastic, and it's just one of those things that can happen. Yeah, and also noticing the gun does not tab in as well on this one as it does on my Optimus. So that's a little bit unfortunate. But yeah, there's your articulation, which is still pretty solid. Nothing amazing, but for a lot of Masterpiece stuff outclasses it, but it's still a solid amount of articulation overall. And of course, there's these things down here, which might still bother people, but don't bother me. Trying to get him standing nicely. There we go. Guess there is forward on the, there is forward on the back. I had him set too far forward or something. There we go. Okay. Anyway, comparison real quick. Just going to do the one. Again, the MPM-12 Optimus, but with the DNA kit, which unfortunately will make it so the direct comparison is a little more difficult because there's now a height difference because of the longer thighs. But the general stuff you can kind of get an idea of. But yeah, actually not as much taller as I thought it would be. For some reason I thought there was. But yeah, it's about maybe 3/4 of a head taller. But yeah, you can see. So hopefully they'll do a DNA. We'll do a kit for this guy as well. I'd be love to do that. Oh yeah, another thing I forgot, which is there's a bit of butterfly on the shoulder, but not really a whole lot thanks to sculpting. I always forget about that because of that. Yeah, so yeah, I hope there's a DNA kit for this guy. Hopefully it'll work better than my other one because something was wrong with the screws on that one. I swear they did not want to screw in, and I had to use way too much force. Just makes me think. I don't think the holes were threaded properly or something. So something was weird. Something was weird there. Regardless, I do like this Nemesis Prime repaint. It's really fun. It's good looking. You know, I think it's good. It's still fun. I still like the mold. I know a lot of people really are down on the mold, but I still think it's pretty. I think it's still one of your best bang for your buck things, particularly if you're going for Masterpiece scale, because there's the Magnificent Mecha, but that's way bigger than Masterpiece. That's 3A scale, so or 3.0 scale, so and also significantly more expensive. This cost me about, what was it? Just shy of 20,000 yen total shipping. So I think it's around 17,000. It's about $170-ish total with shipping, which considering how much shipping costs, well, that's about the same price as the roughly the same price, maybe slightly more expensive than the Optimus. So same value proposition, more or less. Just kind of get to decide whether or not you like it. Again, I still think for Masterpiece scale, this is your best bet. But if scale and price don't matter, and Magnificent Mecha is the better one, especially since Magnificent Mecha has confirmed they are doing a Nemesis Prime upgrade kit and all, which don't buy the upgrade kit. But anyway, yeah, so that's your thing. Just, yeah, if you're kind of more on a budget and you want Masterpiece scale, there you go. If budget and scale don't matter, Magnificent Mecha is definitely the way to go. So, that's it for this one. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Twitter. I'm at Nemesis Prime 1. Check out my co-host, cohost.org/Nemesis-Prime. Check out my Coffee and my Patreon. And I shall see you next time with another video review.